I'm just not sure this is essential travel. 4 hours down the motorway to interview some bloke in a field about something that isn't happening. Something not happening, that's the opposite of news. Fuck that. That's better already though, actually, isn't it? Glastonbury. It doesn't get much more historic than this. Oh, fuck off. A place steeped in myth and legend, built at the centre of several ley lines. Glastonbury lays claim to being the last resting place of King Arthur. Some also say it's where the Holy Grail was buried. And legend has it, Glastonbury was even visited by Jesus as a child. Far be it for me to take a piss on Glastonbury's fire, but seriously, King Arthur, the Holy Grail, ley lines, Jesus, and just over the hill is Hogwarts. Utter nonsense. Grow up. Glastonbury has a population of just under 9,000, but for one weekend a year, the town is host to the world's largest arts festival. Actually, that's fake news. It's not true. The festival is 6 miles that way, in the village of Pilton. Pilton Pop Festival. That's what we used to call it. Glastonbury's got nothing to do with it. Okay. Once a year, Glastonbury is host to thousands of people on a come down who have just left a festival in a neighbouring village in search of somewhere to go and have a poo. 2020 marks the 50th anniversary of Glastonbury Festival, and it was to be its biggest and best yet. And then coronavirus struck. Like the rest of the country, Glastonbury has been on lockdown. But what? 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 I can't hear you. Take your mask off, I can't hear you. Like the rest of the country, Glastonbury has spent the last 3 months in lockdown, and the world's most famous arts festival has been cancelled. Boo-hoo. We're all in the same boat. We've all just had to roll the dice. Everyone's just had to take 2 steps back. It's not just the arts. Everything's been cancelled. Apart from the Cheltenham Festival. That went ahead. Dicks. Juggling. Okay, we best not sit too close, because for you, not for me.
Oh, I see.
Because I've just come down from London, so I mean, there's a good chance I've actually got it.
Okay, I see. Oh.
I mean, I've been careful.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding it like the plague, but
Oh, you would, yeah.
you never know.
Oh.
So the Theatre and Circus arena.
Area.
Area, yeah. What goes on there then? Circus and theatre. Animal cruelty and Shakespeare, I suppose, isn't it? Child cruelty, isn't it? Shakespeare. You know, think about it, for the first time in 400 years, the great bard is silent. Sorry, I haven't had an actual live conversation for about 3 months. So
yeah, it's normally a two-way thing.
I'm just babbling.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, we ready? Okay. Sorry, what was your name again?
Haggis.
Seriously?
Yes.
You're named after offal. You know that? Offal stuffed into a stomach lining.
I know what haggis is.
Seriously? Haggis?
I was brought up in Bath, and I first went to Glastonbury in about 1982-83, you know, jumped the fence like everybody else did, watched a few bands, enjoyed them. And then I started being a performer. I started performing juggling.
Yep.
I had a little act which was booked by Arabella Churchill in the 1985 festival. And I worked there as an artist for a couple of years. And then I met Arabella and we fell in love and we got married and we have a baby, and now I've been living in this house for 30 years. Sadly, Bella died back in 2007, and since then I've been in charge of the theatre and circus areas at Glastonbury Festival.
Arabella Churchill?
Arabella Churchill.
No relation to Winston?
Granddaughter, in fact.
You're kidding me?
Yeah, everybody knows that. Yeah, if you did your research, that's in the internet.
How's Glastonbury changed over the years?
It was the Wild West a bit, you know. There was plenty of foreign currency available, things from all over the world, smells, images, hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
Now it has to be a little bit safer. You know,
Yeah.
we have to take care of everybody. I'm
Yeah.
like the mayor of a small town. I have
Yeah.
a backstage of about 4,500 people. So we have a responsibility to look after them, and that's one of the reasons we've taken the decision of not having a festival this year.
Is this the first festival ever to be cancelled?
Yes.
What impact do you think it will have on the town and the local economy?
Oh, devastating is not too strong a word. It's affecting the local community in every way. There are performers who are literally having to change their lifestyle, you know, right across the arts. It's not just even the festival. When will we sit in a theatre again and watch a live show, cheek by jowl?
Yeah.
I don't know when that's going to happen, but I know that there's a lot of creative people out there who are going to make something happen. If ever there was a time to have a giant social bubble of 200,000 people, now is the time we want it. And everybody's hungry for it and missing it and missing social interaction. And all the performers are missing performing. It's a tough time for the whole arts industry. It's a tough time for the whole world.
Live music, fucked. Live comedy, fucked. Live everything, fucked. But at least Primark is open, you know? With all the other shit that's going on, it feels a bit trite to sort of go, oh, but think of the artists. Probably 3 million people unemployed when this is over, 50,000 deaths and counting, most of them due to our government's astonishingly toxic mix of complacency and ineptitude. Oh yeah, but some people are missing out on their contact improvisation drama classes. The truth is, the arts sustains 3 million jobs and generates roughly £10 billion a year for the economy. Creative industries as a whole, roughly £100 billion for the economy. It is undeniable that we are world leading when it comes to the arts and culture, which does more for our global image than any plane with a red, white and blue £1 million paint job ever could. The arts is arguably the last thing we are a world leader in, apart from deaths from COVID-19. But let's be honest, okay, come on. There are more important things to be worrying about right now than the death of live theatre, right? Theatre is dead. Who gives a fuck? Cinemas shut, full of twats talking through the movie anyway. Comedy clubs closed. I don't go to comedy clubs, I watch it on Netflix. Cabaret gone, it's just a socially acceptable way to look at tits. Live music over, we'll just live stream it for free. Fewer opportunities for young writers. Well, there's too many books these days anyway. No more funding for music in schools. Good! It's all that grime music these days, glorifying violence. Much better to have them out on the streets expressing themselves through knife crime than writing bloody rap songs about it. Art galleries permanently closed. Well, it's just modern rubbish these days, or worse, just a bunch of old, irrelevant paintings. That local opera society's just shut down. Well, they're not very good, and their Mikado was positively racist. No more poetry readings. Well, it's just self-indulgent wank. The circus is a goner. Well, it's just stoned gypsies juggling. Get a proper job. Open mic nights. Well, she couldn't even tune her fucking guitar. All gone. All gone. No great loss. In a year's time, sat watching Netflix and Amazon Prime and your Insta feed and nothing else, I guarantee you will turn around and think, where the fuck did all that go? How many times have you read a sentence in a book or heard a lyric in a song or a line in a movie or a play that articulates a thought that you never thought anyone else had ever had but you? In fact, you didn't know that it was possible to articulate that thought or emotion until you heard it articulated. That's some powerful shit. There's a cure for a lot of society's ills right there. There's magic in that you are not alone, that you are a part of something, a community, humanity, the realization that the human experience is something that we experience together, dancing together, laughing together, crying together, singing together. That's art. That's Glastonbury. Yeah, I'm fine. Just some guy down the high street just offered me a toke or something. I'm really stoned. You're driving home, by the way. Glastonbury in a nutshell. Just an old dreadlock by the side of the road. It doesn't get more Glastonbury than that. It's disgusting. Come on then.